Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Highland-April High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked I be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Highland-April High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Highland-April High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Highland-April High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Highland High School here in the hustling, bustling town of Highland, Illinois. I am Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you as well as we welcome you in to week number 3 of this very shortened pandemic-style football season here on the Kahok Sports Network. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Good Friday evening. As you can tell by our view, the sun is getting ready to set here in the Midwest, and by the time we get this game started, hopefully the sunshine will be out of the screen, and we'll have a uninterrupted live stream for you tonight as Collinsville travels to Highland to get ready to take on the Bulldogs. Let's welcome you into the Cullip Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network, brought to you by Cullip Jennings Florist, a staple in the Collinsville area for generations. Cullip Jennings Florist is located at 517 West Clay Street. You can stop in for weekly specials. Of course, Sunday is Easter, so this week, Easter lilies are the featured specials. If you would like some more information about that special or anything else that Cullip Jennings has to offer, give them a call at 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com. Well, both of these teams come into this contest with a record of 0-2. Collinsville under their first-year head coach, Joe Beavis, and Highland under their head coach who's been here now for his 10th year, Jimmy Warnicki Jr. And Mr. Warnicki has an overall record of 72-29 despite this 0-2 start to this shortened season. In the Mississippi Valley Bowl Series is where we're playing, and this is going to wrap up Pool A play. And then after tonight's games are all said and done, they will rearrange the schedule and reseed everyone, and then we'll find out who we are playing and where we are playing over the following 3 weeks after tonight. So, Collinsville, as we mentioned, come into this game 0-2. They lost to Triad in week number 1, 21-0, and they lost to Mascoutah last week, 26-12. So Collinsville being outscored in their 2 losses, 47-12. Highland, they lost to Mascoutah in game number 1 of this shortened year, 35-20, and then they lost to Triad last week by a score of 28-14. So Collinsville has had 47 points of offense, while Highland has managed 12 points for Collinsville and 34 for Highland. And then on the defensive side, Collinsville has allowed less points than Highland has. Collinsville has allowed 47, while Highland has allowed 63. So one of those 2 things are going to change tonight. One of these teams, Chris Kettler, is going to walk out of here 1-2 on the year, and the other one's going to leave 0-3. So let's get your thoughts on the matchup here between Collinsville and Highland.
Well, first of all, it's a unique matchup. 2 schools that really probably have never played each other. So that's something special there to see the new opponent. But both teams taking losses to the same teams. It's maybe similar situations with Mascoutah. Both teams fall behind early and then had to play catch up, and then Triad putting it on later in the game against Collinsville and Highland. So it could be an even matchup here today in Highland.
Got to cut down on the early mistakes. Last week, that Mascoutah game, you were behind so early before you even knew it, and then it was just hard to overcome. As it turned out, Collinsville had a pretty good game the rest of the way, but that early hole cost them.
Right. Quick turnover there and quick scores by Mascoutah, and you're down 13-0 before you really even blink. After that, you're playing them even, and you'd like to just erase that first couple minutes. Bad makes for a bad day there, but the Cahoks made the most of it and got it close there towards the end, but Mascoutah got the last touchdown. So hopefully it was something that Coach Beavis was able to build on over the week of practice.
That is Chris Kettler. I am Todd Duke. We're going to take our first break here on the Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show. When we come back, we'll throw some stats at you and some more numbers and storylines. All that coming your way as the Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show continues here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121, or visit them with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville, or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Do we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Call Up Jennings Florist pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. I am Todd Duke, Chris Kettler alongside as well as we get you ready for this matchup between Collinsville and Highland. And let's take a look at some of the storylines that we have for you here in this one. Of course, Collinsville, they are in the throes of a 12-game losing skid. Their last win was October of 2018. That was a 28-26 win at home over Belleville East. Last week, Collinsville got a touchdown from Jerry Richardson, a 31-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. Kahawks scored 6 points in the fourth quarter of their 57-23 loss in week number 8 versus Peoria Notre Dame of the 2019 season. They were shut out in the season finale that year, 28-0 by Centralia. So you add that to the loss against Triad 2 weeks ago, and Richardson's touchdown last week was the first Kahawk touchdown in 9 quarters of football. So Collinsville broke a little bit of a streak there, Chris Kettler, and looking to break another one tonight as they're looking for their first win since 2018.
Well, first of all, you got to put some points on the board there. If you're going to get shut out there, it's going to be hard skating there. You'd have to get some offensive or defensive returns or something like that. So Collinsville haven't been able to find the end zone there. It was nice to get couple touchdowns last week against Muscuda.
Now, you saw both of these first 2 games. I think that there was a big step in the right direction from the Triad game to the Muscuda game. How about you?
Yeah, I think if you could have just broke through with maybe a big play there against Triad, maybe got a score, could have changed the momentum of that game before Triad had scored. But then we talked about how they fell behind early against Muscuda, but after that, it was a lot of stuff in the right direction defensively. The Kahawks kept their heads on and played very well even after the early touchdowns by Muscuda.
A little bit of information about Highland. Warnicki and his Bulldogs have qualified for the playoffs in the last 8 straight years. The only year they did not qualify was 2011, and that was Warnicki's first year when he went 0-9, 5-5 in his second year, and then over the next 6 years, that would be 2013 through 2019, no more than 2 losses per year. 3 times they only lost 1 game until last year when they went 7-4. So I tried to point this out last week, when we were talking about Muscuda's head coach, and his first year was, not very good. And then the second year they broke even. And then the next year they've had a winning record, and a winning record ever since that. So it's one of these storylines where if you give a coach enough time, the first year's tough. It's always tough. The second year, do a little bit better. By the third year, you should be making the playoffs.
Now you can look at that. There's other schools have had that. Edwardsville, for example, they went through some bumps early, and then now they're a big-time team. Even if you go all the way back to East St. Louis and Darren Sunken, in his early years, he went through the same bumps, and now, that's a whole nother level out there. But, the same thing can be done at Collinsville with the right coach that sticks around and builds it up.
Football, that's been going on here at Highland High School since 1930. Since the playoffs started in the mid-1970s, Highland has qualified 22 times for the playoffs. They went 12-1 twice. Once in 1989 under Mike Hooker. They beat Carbondale in the quarterfinals before losing to Morris in the semifinals. That was, of course, the only loss that year. They also went 12-1 under Warnicki in the 17-18 season. They beat Herscher 77-47. in quarterfinal action, and then lost to Rochester 31-14 in semifinal action. That was the only loss that year as well. And of course, we remember Rochester. Rochester was the one who knocked off Muscuda the last time everybody got to play in some playoffs.
They got a heck of a program up there in Rochester. They won lots of state championships in their short amount of time to having football.
Here's some of the players you're going to be paying attention to tonight. Brent Webbles is the quarterback. He's completed 16 of 36 passes on the year for 296 yards. He's thrown 1 touchdown and 1 interception, and he has a quarterback rating of 81.3. Colby Anderson, he has completed just 2 of 17 passes in his first 2 games of this year. 39 yards is all that's been netted out of that, and his longest pass has been 26, and Colby fumbled the ball once as well, and Colby has a quarterback rating right now of around 21%. So a couple of quarterbacks that don't have very good quarterback ratings, and you can tell for the most part, Chris Kettler, that both teams run the ball more than they throw it.
Well, Highland has definitely thrown it more than Collinsville has. They've completed a lot more passes there, but both teams are run-first teams.
They are. Logan Chandler is the leading runner for Highland. He's carried the ball 32 times for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's averaging 4.7 yards per carry, and even the quarterback, Brent Webbles, has carried the ball 30 times for 147 yards, and he has about 4.9 yards per carry. So you give the ball once to Logan Chandler and you get 5 yards. You give the ball once to the quarterback and he gets 5 yards, and before you know it, there's a first down.
Yeah, that's a big chunk of change to get there on a carry, 5 yards at a time. The Kahok defense line's going to get some stops there on initial and have the linebackers back them up throughout this game.
For Collinsville, Jerry Richardson has ran the ball 32 times for 110 yards. He's averaging 3.4 yards a carry. Stephen Green, though, has carried the ball 15 times for 94 yards, and the average is 6.3 yards per carry. The longest run belongs to Jerry Richardson, and that was that 31-yard touchdown run last week against Muscuda. We take a break here on the Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show. When we come back, we'll, of course, have more information to pass along to you, and we'll be close to kickoff. We'll do that here in just a moment as we continue here on the Cullip Jennings Flores pregame show on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cullip Jennings Flores, a Collinsville original since 1939. Cullip Jennings Flores has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Cullip Jennings Flores is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Cullip Jennings Flores is there for any life's major moments. Cullip Jennings Flores, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at cullipjennings.com.
Everyone has those projects around the house that you just don't want to do. AW Outdoor Solutions can take care of that for you. Former Collinsville High School graduate Adam Welly owns AW Outdoor Solutions, and he and his crew can handle all of the dirty work around your home or business, whether that's tree trimming and maintenance, brush removal, power washing, gutter cleaning, and leaf raking and removal. AW Outdoor Solutions can handle that and much more. AW Outdoor Solutions is fully insured and offers free estimates on all of their work. AW Outdoor Solutions. Call Adam Welly at 314-252-8010 or on Facebook at AW Outdoor Solutions.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, "The usual?" So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
And once again, welcome back to Highland High School here. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. We are just about ready to go between Collinsville and Highland. Pool A, last Pool A play, Muscuda and Triad, they play each other tonight. That's the two teams that are 2-0. Collinsville and Highland, of course, playing tonight. They're the two teams looking for their first win. In Pool B, Waterloo is 2-0, and they play Jerseyville tonight. Jerseyville and Civic Memorial are 1-1 on the year, and Civic Memorial plays Granite City. Granite City, the only team in Pool B that is 0-2. We are just about ready to go. Collinsville will get the ball first. It'll be Travion Swaggart and Stephen Green back deep for Collinsville as they await the kickoff from Cade Newman.
We'll see if they actually kick it deep, or if they go with one of the second line of men.
We got the sun right in our eyes here to start this game, and it's going to go to the up man, and it's going to be brought down right at the 29-yard line. And I believe that was Max Link who ended up jumping on that ball. Probably could have ran a little bit with it, too.
Yeah, he just fell on it. We saw that, I believe, last week. They were trying to fair catch him. Nobody's really kicked it deep to Kahok returners yet.
They were practicing those, I noticed out here just a little while ago, those kickoffs that go to the up lineman instead of going deep. All right, here we go. Colby Anderson in shotgun. He'll hand the ball off, and it's going to go right up the middle, and it goes to Jaden Neighbors. Neighbors came into this game having carried the ball 16 times for 53 yards, averaging 3.3 a carry, and he picked up about 6 on the play there, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 here for Collinsville. We're just underway. No score between Collinsville and Highland.
Didn't see Neighbors get much carries last week. It was a lot of Stephen Green and Jerry Richardson, and even some of Sorensen.
Yep, there goes another handoff to Neighbors, and Neighbors will go up the middle again, and he'll beat the first down. Needed 4 to pick up the first down, got about 5. So Collinsville picks up a first down after 2 plays, and the Kahoks moving the ball quite well here on the first 2 carries.
Offensive line getting some good pushes there, and Neighbors is able to make his way for them 5-yard gains.
A little bit chilly out here. We have a freeze warning overnight. And it's mostly sunny all day. Temperatures in the mid-50s, but kickoff temperature was about 50, and we'll fall through the upper 40s here by the time this one's all said and done. A little bit of a breeze coming out of the south. That goes from left to right on your screen as Neighbors takes care of it, and he fumbles the ball, and Highland gets it.
So I must have punched it out there as Neighbors came in through behind the lineman, and Highland jumps on it right away. Didn't see it come out myself.
I did not see it come out either, but I saw the commotion afterward, and after 2 great runs that netted them a first down, the next one Neighbors couldn't hold on to, and after he crossed the line of scrimmage is when he fumbled the ball. So Collinsville only lasted 3 plays on offense. They give the ball up to Highland, and Highland has a short field. They have it on Collinsville's 40-yard line. Here is Brent Webbles. Webbles in the shotgun as well. Stands at the Collinsville 45-yard line, empty backfield. He throws over to the flat on the left-hand side and all the way up close to a first down marker is Cade Altadonna. Cade Altadona, that's his 7th catch of the year. He came in with 6 catches, 209 yards, 1 touchdown, averaged 34.8 yards per catch. So a completion there of about 8 yards will bring up a 2nd down and 2. Jeffrey Blunt comes in and takes his station over on the far side as a wide receiver. 3 wide receivers here on the near side, so an empty backfield again, but then the man comes into motion. That is Blunt. Blunt tries the right-hand side, and flags fly everywhere. One from the sideline and then one in the secondary, so we could have 2 different fouls here.
It seems like too many guys are moving there at the snap for Highland. That first one there, and then maybe a holding or something out there in the middle of the field. They both might go against Highland.
We'll find out as the referee with the white hat gets his information. Holding against Highland, and that's the only one they call. So both referees, I guess, saw the same play. One took a little bit more time to get his flag out of the pocket, I guess. So it'll bring up 2nd down again for Highland, but a little bit longer. Well, it was 2nd and 2. Now it's 2nd and 3.
Yeah, because that goes from the spot of the foul there, which was up there.
Well, they got the yard marker in the wrong spot. He needs to move it down there, so it's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 4.
Move that back, and it'll be about 2nd and 4, 5, 6.
Empty backfield once again. Back to passes, Weebles. He throws it over this side now for Altadona, and Altadona gets across the line of scrimmage and bounces up to about the 30-yard line, and that's about where they needed to get for a 1st down. We'll see if they want to measure or not, because that's going to be very close. Yep, we're going to call it a 1st down.
Should be a 1st down right there on the 3rd down line. Stewart got pushed out of the way, and the receiver got enough yards to get that 1st down before Green got in there and made the tackle.
9:55 left to play here in this opening quarter. Collinsville got the ball first, turned it over on the 3rd play. Highland on the move. Webbles takes the snap. It's a high one. He throws over to the left-hand side, and immediately Altadona is hit by Stevie Green, and that'll be a gain of about 4 on the play.
Good job to get the ball out of his hands real quick there with Weebles, with Austin Stewart barreling down on him.
Yeah, they don't waste any time throwing the ball. He doesn't have really a lot of time to set up back in the pocket. It's just pretty much a snap and throw.
They're not looking deep anyway, so they'll keep taking them 4 or 5 yard passes as long as the quarterback can get the ball out quick enough.
Runners in the backfield this time, and the handoff goes to the deep man, and the deep man takes it up front. That's Logan Chandler. Mentioned that earlier in the pregame. Chandler came in with 32 carries, 151 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. And he picks up another 1st down. Natural grass field here, so I would imagine that's a little different for the guys from Collinsville, not playing on grass much these days.
They had been working on trying to get some turf down here in Highland, but had not been successful in that. So, yeah, still a grass facility.
Fresh set of downs here for Highland. 1st and 10 from the Collinsville 18-yard line. Man goes into motion, then settles up over on the right-hand side. Handoff goes up the middle, and up the middle, broken out to the right-hand side, and all the way down to the 1-yard line is the ball carrier, Logan Chandler, and a tackle by Stephen Green saved a touchdown for a moment.
Green was the only one who could save it there. Chandler had a huge hole to drive through, plenty of running lane. Gets wrapped up there about the 3 and gets all the way down to the 1, but he had a huge hole to get through.
Now under center is the quarterback, Brent Webbles, and now we have whistle on the play, a timeout called by Highland. I don't know what they didn't see that they didn't like as they're on the 1-yard line getting ready to go in, but nevertheless a timeout is called, so we'll step aside for just a moment as well, and we're back after a brief timeout on the Kahok
Is
Sports
your
Network.
AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you from Highland High School as the Bulldogs are knocking on the door. 1-yard line of Collinsville is where they stand. And again, Webbles, the quarterback, is under center. Man goes into motion, settles up, and the handoff is going to go once again to Logan Chandler, and Chandler is in for a 1-yard touchdown. And Highland is on the board.
Follows his big guys on the right side and the fullback busting through. Easily gets in the end zone there, and Highland on the board.
Extra point try.
40?
I think so. I don't have a 40. 80. Joey Jeromiller on to try the extra point. Quarterback Webbles is holder. There's the ball. Snap is up. Kick is on the way. And the kick is good. So Highland jumps out to a 7-0 score after taking advantage of a Collinsville turnover. So Collinsville will get the ball back for a second time after we take a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Dashboard, putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
Back here at Highland High School, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. Kahawks coughed the ball up on their third play from scrimmage here in this first quarter, and it cost them 7 points. It took not a lot of time for Highland to travel 40 yards to put up the first points of this game, and now once again Stephen Green and Travion Swaggart are back deep as they await the kickoff, and this one is going to make it to Swaggart over there on the far side, across the 20, across the 30, and he gets taken out almost immediately as soon as he crossed the 30-yard line on a nice open field tackle there by Paul Graham for Highland.
A couple guys from Highland got back behind all the blocks there. If he could have got one move behind, past them, could have been off to the races there, but Cats will start from the 32.
Nice crowd on hand here tonight. I understand Highland wanted to sell 1,000 tickets to this contest. Collinsville has their fans here on the other side of the field. We're over here on the home side. We're in enemy territory. We're the only ones up here wearing purple, but we are in company with the Collinsville coaches standing right in front of us. All right, so Anderson and company back to work. Here's the snap, and Anderson throws the ball out here on the right-hand, left-hand flat to Green, and Green gets tackled right in front of the Highland bench after he picks up about 8 yards on the play. It's going to bring down a second down and a very short 2, if not even less than that. And they're going to give him 9 yards on the play, so 2nd and 1 coming up.
Like a swinging gate play, lots of momentum up the field there. Just got to make the catch and should be some positive yards.
Sun is just about set here through the trees across the way. No longer a bright sunshine in the eyes. Travion Swaggart lines up. Green in the slot over there at the top of your screen. And handoff is going to go to Jaden Neighbors. He skirts east to west, then cuts it up to the right-hand side, picks up a first down. Late flag comes in as Green is tackled at the 50-yard line. Might have been a late hit right at the end of that play.
Seemed pretty slow to develop, then all of a sudden.
Face mask against Highland.
All of a sudden, somehow it opened up for Neighbors, and he got up the field, and then, yeah, it seemed like he was going to really keep on going, and it would end up being a face mask that did bring him down. That was the call. Surprised he didn't keep on going, but it was the face mask that brought him down.
Well, we'll tack on some more yardage. Brought down right at midfield, but add on the 15-yard personal conduct penalty, and Collinsville sitting pretty at the Highland 35-yard line. So the Kahawks in business to try to get this thing tied up. 2 wide receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Stephen Green lines up in the slot on the left side, and a fake. I don't know what that was, head fake, but Anderson made it work as he bounces all the way down to the 25-yard line. It's going to be close to another first down.
He might have wanted to pass there, but saw that running lane on the right side, and so I'll just take it up the field here, and he gets 10.
That was the worst fake pass I think I've ever seen, if that's what it was. But, hey, it worked. It's a 10-yard gain and another first down, so Collinsville moving the chains as they try to rebound from that fumble that turned into 7 points for Highland. Collinsville has the ball on the Highland 25-yard line. Anderson in shotgun. He does the same thing, and this time he tries the right-hand tackle side and gets positive yardage once again. Looks like he's going to be brought down about 3 yards short.
Collinsville seeing a battle they're winning there on the right side of the line, creating space for Anderson to run it. Going right back to that play, 2 in a row.
2nd down and 3 for Collinsville. 7:15 left to play here in this first quarter. 7-0 in favor of Highland. Collinsville on the move, though, wearing their purple trousers and the white jerseys, white helmets. Numbers are in purple. Highland's out there in all black, trimmed in a little red. Numbers are in white. About 50 degrees at kickoff. Oh, Neighbors gets slammed in the backfield on a nice open field tackle by Logan Chandler. So Chandler not only can score some touchdowns with that big bruising body of his, but he can break through the line of scrimmage and wreak havoc on the other team's running back.
Linebacker busting through there. They closed up that gap that time, did Highland, and he had nowhere to go.
Loss of a couple on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 now for Collinsville. Collinsville breaks huddle. Trevion Swaggart lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. Over here on the near side, you have Seth Green in the slot, and it's going to run that way, and Anderson's going to keep it himself, and then he takes a lick as he crosses the 20-yard line and really took a hard hit there by Cameron Willis, a 5'10", 190-pound sophomore.
Ducks tried to put 2 receivers out there that near side there and bring Neighbors up the block too. See if Anderson gets some running room. Only picks up a couple yards and forces the Kahawks into this 4th down.
Jackson Lee comes in as a wide receiver. Collinsville going to go for it here on 4th down and about 4 to go. They need to get down to about the 16-yard line. Over here on this near hash mark, 2 wide receivers on the far, 1 on the near. Anderson trying to bark out some signals to see if he can get the Highland Bulldogs to jump offside, but they were having no part of that, so Collinsville will burn a timeout, and we'll see if they want to stick with the same plan here or if they want to go ahead and bring out the punting unit. We'll keep it right here. 5:28 left to play here in this first quarter. 7-0 in favor of Highland. Collinsville fumbled the ball on the 3rd play from scrimmage, and Highland got it at the Collinsville 40-yard line and took about 5 or 6 plays to march down the field and hit pay dirt. 7-0 in favor of Highland.
Collinsville aided by the 15-yard penalty. Don't want to see this drive stall out here just inside the 20-yard line. So Kahawks will try to get this 1st down on 4th down.
Line of scrimmage is at the 19. They need to get to the 15 for a 1st down. And it looks like the Kahawks are going to stay with going forward on 4th. Jackson Lee and Stephen Green line up as wide receivers on the near side. Trey Swaggart, the lone wide receiver on the far side. Jaden Neighbors over the left-hand shoulder of Colby Anderson. Here's the snap. Handoff goes to Neighbors. Neighbors pushes. And looks like he might have enough for a 1st down. According to where the yep, he does. Chains are going to move, so a nice job there by Jaden Neighbors and company as Collinsville picks up the 4 yards they need. Probably picked up about 4.5. Didn't get it by much.
Yeah, just get right on the 15. Ball's maybe about the 14.5, so good gain there. He just kept chugging along, wasn't going to be denied. Did Neighbors.
5:10 left to play here in this opening quarter. Now the 2 wideouts go on the far side. That's Swaggart and Green. Jackson Lee over here on the near side. This time, Neighbors to the right-hand shoulder of Anderson. He's going to look to throw. Instead, he tucks it and he runs, and he gets it up inside the 10-yard line to about the 9 before he is finally brought down. So a gain of about 5 on the play will bring up a 2nd down and 5.
I'd like to see him get a pass off there. He had lots of time there. Receivers just couldn't find a way to get open there, but take the 5-yard gain. Late change coming in for Highland. The Collins will still bring the play in.
Plenty of time on the play clock, down to 15 seconds. Same formation, except this time Neighbors is over the left-hand shoulder of Anderson. Here's the snap. Fake handoff to Neighbors. Anderson cuts it up the left tackle and almost makes it down to pay dirt. Stopped about 3 yards short. And I believe that's another Collinsville first down, and it is. So the Kahawks will have first and goal from the Highland 3-yard line.
Got some good blocks there from Aaron Phillips and Martin Ochoa on that offensive line. First and goal, Kahawks.
First and goal inside the 5. Collinsville trying to tie this thing up after a Highland touchdown following a Kahawk turnover. Again, Neighbors is the lone setback, and Neighbors gets the ball, tries it, cuts it, zigzags, he's in. Touchdown, Collinsville.
Just enough of a hole to get through there. Just had to zig it back to the left side a little bit and finds the end zone. Great drive by the Kahawks there. Helped by one little penalty and a 4th down conversion. And the Kahawks get on the board here and will look to tie it here with an extra point.
3-yard touchdown run by Neighbors.
Couldn't get any extra points last week.
And now Andrew Chai on to try the extra point to tie this thing up. Anderson the holder, and the kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So Collinsville does indeed come down and tie things up. We are knotted at 7. We come back. Highland will get the ball next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Back here at Highland High School, Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you. Chris Chai ready to kick it off after Collinsville came down and scored a touchdown to tie. That's a short kick, and it's going to be caught inside the 40-yard line by Gabe Marty.
All right, Chai trying to kick it there and hang it in the air for a while, wait for the Chaos to get down the field. Mondre Kroom was just a couple steps off. Almost could have got to it.
So Collinsville gives Highland a little bit of a short field to work with, but they're not in Kahawk territory. They're in Highland territory, but about 7 yards away from midfield. And Highland brings wide receivers everywhere. 3 on the near side, 2 on the far side. Empty backfield once again as the man comes into motion, and a fake handoff to him, and throwing down the middle, throwing deep, got a man wide open. That ball is caught by Reed Tolley, and Tolley comes down and is taken down inside the 10-yard line. Flag on the play as well.
I don't know how Tolley got that wide open. The guy down the middle, wide open, makes the catch, and then a flag here that's going to push this back a ways for Highland, but still going to be a significant gain.
Holding against Highland. That was during the run, so the pass is complete. But it all depends on where the infraction happened. It's going to be a first down anyway, and it's going to be in Collinsville territory. At the Kahawk 30, looks like where they're setting it right now.
Yeah, moved it back from the 20s where they made the call. Still, like I said, a significant gain for Highland on the Tolley being wide open down the middle.
Wide open is correct, man. There wasn't anyone around him for yards. All right, so after all that, 1st and 10 for Highland on the Collinsville 30. That ball was going to be inside the 10-yard line, I think, so that's a big difference there. And now we have a flag on the play as we have we have too many men on the field. Nope, false start they're going to call. Didn't even get set, did they?
Didn't think they had gotten set yet, but thought they might have had too many guys coming out of the huddle there, but referee in the backfield thought they were set.
Yeah. So we'll try it again. 1st and 15 now. That'll help Collinsville out a little bit. Man goes into motion, and another fake handoff. This time it's going to be a quarterback keeper by Webbles, and he has all kinds of room. Stephen Green, tell you what, if it wasn't for Stephen Green already, this game would be like 21-0. Stephen Green's making all the tackles out here for Collinsville.
Second touchdown saving tackle, but big game for Highland. Quarterback had all kinds of space down that right side.
Stephen Green came into this game having 5 tackles, 3 solo, 7 assists. Leading tackler coming in was Chase Counton with 14.5. There is Webble's going to pass. He's in trouble. He goes back. He throws it into the ground. That's incomplete. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
He looked right, looked left, looked across the middle. Then all of a sudden, Dalton Hersey was on top of him, and then heads up play to just get rid of the ball to one of the guys up the field. Settle for the incomplete pass instead of the big loss.
Yeah. Which it was about to be. 2nd down and 10 for Highland. 2:50 left to play here in this first quarter. 7-7 is our score. Man comes into motion. Fake handoff to him. And they give the ball up to Logan Chandler, who scored the first touchdown. And this time Chandler maybe got a couple of yards. That was about it.
Yeah, Trent Mode and the tackle helped out there by Hersey again.
Chandler's a big load to bring down, man. 6 foot, 220 pounds.
Yeah, we saw him bust through as a linebacker. He's a load coming through. Gets a lot of momentum coming up the field.
3rd down and long to go here for Highland. They look a little bit confused right now. They don't know where to go. One side to the other, and we're down to 10 seconds on the play clock. They still don't know where to go.
This might end in a timeout.
Now they're going to call a timeout. I knew that was coming sooner or later. As much confusion that was going on out there for Highland on their line of scrimmage, I kind of figured that was going to happen. All right, we'll take a break right along with this timeout, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports
The
Network.
Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Welcome back to Highland High School once again. 7-7 is our score between Collinsville and Highland after a timeout here by the Highland Bulldogs after major confusion. We are back at it. Webbles at quarterback. Now he's going to have some company as a man comes into motion. That man gets the ball and gets out of one tackle, gets out of another, spins, and is taken out at about the 1 yard line. Nice individual running by Jeffrey Blunt. Blunt may have been tackled at the line of scrimmage, but kept on moving.
If Swagger could have just got over just about a half second sooner, he would have been able to wrap up Blunt there, but Damien just couldn't get over none time of that, and Highland's up here at the 2.
2 yard line, 1st down, and the handoff is going to go to guess who? Logan Chandler, and for the 2nd time here in this 1st quarter, Chandler is in for a touchdown.
That's who I'd go to, too. He can bust through that hole. Chandler does a good job getting some short yardage for Highland, and the Bulldogs back in the lead.
So 2 touches on offense for Highland and 2 touchdowns. Extra point try coming once again from Joey Jeremiller. He hit the first one. Webbles, the quarterback, is the holder. Here's the snap. Ball on the way. That one's no good. That one stayed low. Never did get any height underneath it, so maybe that'll be a blessing in disguise here for Collinsville as this game progresses. So no extra point after the touchdown, but Highland extends their lead to 13-0, and we're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Back at Highland High School, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. 2:02 left to play here in this first quarter, 13-7. Highland back out in front of Collinsville as the Kahawks await the kickoff. It'll be Trevion Swaggart and Stephen Green deep once again for Collinsville. Oh. And clipboard hit the microphone. At least the microphone blocked it from hitting me in the lip. Caden Newman back out for his third kickoff here in this first quarter.
Different kicker doing the place kicking and doing the kickoffs, huh?
Yeah, kind of strange, huh?
A little bit, but
once again, Swaggart lets this one bounce in, and you have to pick it up at the 18-yard line and cuts it up the middle, takes a tackler down along the way, and finally is brought down at the 29-yard line, so a 10-yard run back there. As Trevion Swaggart just bowled over the first would-be tackler. So Collinsville with a long way to go this time. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line.
Worked out last time, long drive. Helped out with a penalty and a 4th down conversion. Kahawks drove down and got the touchdown. With the answer at Highland's second touchdown of the game.
Trent Mode lines up as a wide receiver here on the near side with a man in the slot, but the handoff is going to go up the middle to Jaden Neighbors, and Neighbors will get busted right at the line of scrimmage and dives forward for about a 1-yard gain on the play.
Nowhere to go there. Highland offensive line held that together. Didn't let Neighbors get more than 2 yards there.
Down 90 seconds and counting. Clock continues to run here in this first quarter.
Light starting to take effect now, really. Sun is set.
Sun is gone. Lights are taking effect. 2nd down and a long 8 to go here for Collinsville. In shotgun is Anderson. He'll go back to pass. Looks down the middle, throws down the right-hand side, and Trevion Swaggart with a nice catch. Ball comes out. I don't know if he ever really had possession of it.
Great catch to fight for it if it's going to stand. He had down there fighting with Altadonna, then got the position to make the catch, and it'll count for the Kahawks as Kahawks get the recovery also.
Swaggart also got lucky that he didn't get called for a push-off there at the end, as that ball was a little underthrown, and Swaggart pushed his defender away and came back for the ball, so Collinsville got lucky on 2 counts there.
Yeah, they were really both battling, and Swaggart did have the last push-off. Kahawks complete a long pass there.
That was a nice long pass. As the sun has gone down, the wind has kind of died down as well. Here's another snap. Handoff goes to Neighbors. Neighbors cuts it around on a little end around on the left-hand side, and Neighbors picks up about another 5 yards as we're inside of a minute left to go here in this first quarter.
Helped out by Chris Garcia Cloud holding his block for as long as he could. Gets about 5.
So Collinsville looking at a 2nd down and about 6 to go. They give him 4 on the play. And again, Trent Mode lines up as a wideout on the near side. Number 1, number 2. That's Green and Swaggart on the far side. And the snap goes directly to Neighbors. Neighbors brings it around the right side, and he's down right near where they need to get for the 1st down. We'll see where they mark it as the clock continues to run with 15 seconds left.
Going to be a little bit short for the 1st down, but might wrap up the quarter here. We'll switch in.
That's going to bring up about 3rd down and 1 to go, and Collinsville will let the clock run down, and we will head to the second quarter with Highland leading the Collinsville Kahawks right now by a score of 13-7. Second quarter action comes your way next in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Todd Duke, Chris Keller back with you from Highland High School. 13-7 is our score as we begin the second quarter. And
Anderson, with no one to hand the ball off to, just kept it himself and going to get close down here to the first down.
We'll see.
Everybody in the backfield just stepped up there and blocked for him. Does get the first down.
So the chains move once again here for Collinsville, just underway here in the second quarter. Glad you're with us on a chilly Friday night. It's going to warm up each more every day. By the time we get to Monday, we're going to look at a high at 80. How about that? 80 in the first week of April. I'll take it. Two wide receivers on the near, one on the far. The far is Trent Mode. Anderson in shotgun, hands the ball off to Jaden Neighbors, and Neighbors fumbled. And looks like Triad got another fumble recovery. Boy, oh boy. Just when Collinsville was driving to try and tie this score up. Neighbors' second fumble of the game.
Third fumble overall for Collinsville. The second one they lose, and Highland gets the ball back.
Fumble
territory, too,
fumble
really.
recovered by Liam Gallagher. And Collinsville trots the defense back out. Highland back out on offense once again. Brent Webbles, the quarterback, has a lone running back right behind him. Man goes into motion. And flags on the play. We'll have another false start here against Triad, I believe. Yep.
Had to be this near receiver on the near side. Altadonna, it's just a step too early to push Highland back.
Kahawks trail 13-7. One fumble has cost them 7 points. Trying to keep this current fumble from costing them 7 points. Penalty against Highland has them looking at a 1st and 15 from the Collinsville 15-yard line, or excuse me, from their own 15-yard line. Man in motion again. This time, though, it's going to be the quarterback who's going to keep it. Tries the right side, skips and jumps, and then he makes it back to the original line of scrimmage before he is finally brought down. So a gain of about 5 on the play will bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Jackson Lee getting in there for the tackle. Stops the quarterback. Brings him down around the original line of scrimmage.
10.5 to go here in this first half. 13-7 in favor of Highland. Both teams looking for their first win. Both teams come in 0-2, losing to the same teams, Triad and Wascuda. Webbles in shotgun, no one in the backfield. Man comes into motion, snap, and the handoff goes to the man in motion. That's Jeffrey Blunt, and Blunt tries the left side of the formation and found about 2 yards before he was finally brought down. And on the tackle there for Collinsville was Mr. Garcia Cloud.
Collinsville bring a guy in on the right side, and so Highland brings the guy in motion from the right side to the left side to get the short gain.
So 3rd and long now for Highland. Be a big stop here for Collinsville if they can force the Bulldogs to punt. 3 wide receivers on the near. Now man in motion, goes as the tight end over on the right side. Back to pass, Webbles, he throws it almost into the ground, and a missed tackle there, and finally brought down by Green. Garcia Cloud had a chance to get him before he reached that first down, and Garcia Cloud just missed it.
First of all, it was a tough pass to get. Low pass, barely got over the line there, and then Garcia Cloud could have almost knocked it down and then had a guy wrapped up. I think it's the first down.
Stephen Green ends up making the stop once again, but not before the chains move. 1st and 10 at the Highland 39-yard line. Webbles in shotgun. Man comes into motion, and a fake handoff to him. Webbles keeps it, and after a little stutter step, he brings it across the line of scrimmage and then gets knocked backwards. But they'll give him about 3 yards on the carry after it's all said and done.
The camera turned off, and you got a blue screen there, and the camera's off over here.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Sometimes it happens.
Don't know why the camera turned off.
I don't know either.
You haven't missed any action yet.
No. 2nd down and 6. High snap. Handoff goes to Blunt, and Blunt turns up the speed, turns the corner on the right side, and picks up another Highland first down.
Yeah, Blunt gets some good carries too. He can get a lot of yardage every time he touches the ball. Now Highland will try some different personnel out here.
8:15 and counting left here in this first half. 13-7 in favor of Highland, and the Bulldogs are on the move into Collinsville territory at the Kahok 49. Handoff is going to be a fake handoff. Webbles is going to go down the middle, and he's going to overthrow everyone as Jackson Lee was in on the coverage, and the sportsman that Jackson Lee is, he'll help up the intended wide receiver, which was Reed Tolley. Tolley had a big catch earlier in this game.
Looking deep for Tolley that time. A couple of Kahawks were step by step with him. Going to be a tough catch to make, even if it was on base.
So after the incompletion, stops the clock with exactly 8 minutes left to play here in the first half. 2nd down and 10 for Highland from the Collinsville 49-yard line. Logan Chandler, the lone setback, right behind the quarterback Webbles, and he's going to get the handoff. Nope, another fake, and a throw, and a hit. Perfect pass to Cade Altadonna, and then Altadonna ping-ponged off a couple of Kahawks before he finally went down, and Highland moving the chain at will right now.
Slant across there, makes the catch. Does pay for it, getting hit by Chase Counton and Kyle Kershaw, but Bulldogs will take the first down.
7:45 left to play here in this first half. Highland moving the ball and moving it quite well. Chandler, once again the lone setback. 2 wide receivers on the near side. Webbles hands the ball off to Chandler, and up the middle he goes, and he takes bodies with him. He gets past Damian Swaggart, or he is finally brought down by Travion Swaggart. So 2nd down and about a yard to go here for Highland. Ball on Collinsville's 28. And now the backfield is empty as Chandler goes into the slot. Webbles back to pass, throws it down the middle, has a man open, and then it popped out of his hands at the last moment on another great play by Stephen Green. Man, oh man, I mean, the receiver caught the ball, and then Green hit him before the receiver could bring the ball in. And that was a nice piece of work there. The intended receiver was Grayson Clucker.
Clucker's 6'5", sophomore for Highland. Went up for the ball for everybody else and couldn't survive the catch back down. Couldn't handle the hit.
So 3rd and a yard now for Highland. Webbles in quarterback mode once again, and the snap and the handoff is going to go to Chandler, and Chandler is going to get across the line of scrimmage and move the chains for another Highland Bulldog first down.
Well, Chandler can get them 3-4 yard carries, and Highland only needed a little more than one there.
Yeah, watch out. That might have a little bit to do with it. That cord's kind of touchy. Whoops, see, there it goes again. So you got to unplug it, plug it back in.
Jeez.
Yeah, you got to watch that.
What a cord.
I know. All right, come on.
Press that one there.
Wait for the red light to come on, and a pass out here on the flats. That was to Kate Altadonna, and that's good enough for about 8 yards. Second down, and about 1 to go for a first down. Highland not having any problem moving the ball against the Kahok defense today so far.
Oh, they're mixing it up, run, pass. All of it seems to be burning the Kahoks here. They can't stop Highland from moving the ball down the field at all yet here. Third good drive by Highland.
5:45 left to play here in this first half. Highland on the move once again. Second down and 1. Ball on the Kahawks 14-yard line, and too many people moving up front. And another false start here for Highland. All the penalty flags so far have been against Highland.
Looking to bring Blunt around the short side. Well, instead of 2nd and short, it'll be about 2nd and 6.
So, short yardage turns into a little bit longer yardage. As everyone looks over at the sideline, has their play from their coach, Jimmy Warnicki. And now they're ready to go. Man goes into motion. So now 3 wide receivers on the far side. Webbles looks over to the left side. Back in the back corner, he's got a man open, and at the last moment, I don't know who caught that ball, and we're going to say it's intercepted. Intercepted by Collinsville. Oh, boy, what a great play there by Kyle Kershaw. He never let go of that ball at all.
Great play by Kershaw. Didn't bite on the inside move Altadonna had tried to do and followed him into the end zone. Didn't give up on the play, and that's what play the Kahawks need.
Sure do.
Big
Collinsville fumbled the ball twice and given it back to Highland, and now Highland returns the favor as they were driving down the field. So Collinsville will get the ball back, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Figured with Highland driving down for the 3rd time now, a big play like that was needed. Collinsville's turned the ball over twice. Kyle Kershaw gets the answer.
Yeah, Kate Altadonna was in that corner, and both of them clamped onto the ball at the same time, and as they were going down, Kershaw wrestled the ball out of Altadonna's hands. So Colby Anderson and company back at it again. Stephen Green is going to get a chance at running back after Jaden Nambers has fumbled the ball twice. Here's the snap, and now we're going to fumble by Anderson, and he picks it up, and he's going to be brought down at the 15-yard line. And that's going to be a loss of 5 on the play.
I guess he wanted to hand it off to Green. Green lined up in the backfield, didn't get the ball.
Collinsville having a hard time holding on to this football tonight.
Let's go, defense! Get the ball back! Let's go!
I told you we were on the Highland side, right? Nice contingency of Kahawk fans made the trip.
I see crowd back here, a big crowd here. Highland was willing to open up here, get about 1,000 people in here tonight.
Collinsville's probably got about 100 of those on the other side. Student body section is here in full force. Standing up since the moment the ball was kicked off. 2nd down and long, and now a timeout called
Play clock
by
was about to expire.
Collinsville. Yep. We'll just keep it right here. Have soccer action for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
A little afternoon tilt that was rained out earlier. As was Belleville East, right?
Yeah, I got Belleville East.
Yeah.
They were supposed to play them last Thursday. It was a stormy night last Thursday, so we're going to play one on a beautiful Saturday tomorrow.
Beautiful Saturday afternoon. The varsity game is at 3:30. Of course, with the new camera at the football stadium, we no longer have to do both the junior varsity and the varsity. So those of you that want to watch the JVers play, you'll have to do so on the Kahok Athletics YouTube channel, and then I'll be along on this channel right here at 3:30 to bring you varsity action. As Collinsville is in the middle of their spring break. No school Thursday or today, and no school Monday as well.
If you want to see more football action, the JV team will go at it 10 o'clock tomorrow morning against Highland's team.
Yes, they will, and that game will also be on the Kahok Athletics YouTube channel. All right, so Collinsville faced with a 2nd down and 15. And the Kahawks have 1 timeout left here in this first half. Anderson in shotgun once again. Green is the lone running back. Anderson's going to go back to pass. He tucks it in, he runs, and then he gets met at the line of scrimmage, and he's not going to get much there.
Not much going there. Kahawks were already back after the fumble, and now it'll be 3rd and long.
So an uphill battle here for Collinsville continues after they get that turnover. And so far, Collinsville has gained 1 yard since that interception in the end zone by Kershaw. Trent Mode comes in from the sideline, brings the play with him, passes it along to Anderson. Anderson passes it along to his team. They break huddle, and here we go. 3rd down and 14 here for Collinsville. 2 wide receivers on the near, 1 on the far. Anderson in shotgun. He's going to roll out to his left, cut back to his right, looks and throws and has a man, but that man is going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be, no, not out of bounds, but it's going to be short. Going to be about 4 or 5 yards short of the first down.
Kershaw made the catch there, falling down to the ground. Aaron Phillips bought Anderson a little extra time when he cut back to the right and found Kershaw, but it'll be 4th down for the Kahawks. Are they going to go for this?
I don't know. It looks like they have Ethan Bagwell in, who is the freshman quarterback, standing in shotgun.
He can sling it down, or maybe they'll look to have him punt.
Bagwell is going to punt, and it'll hit the ground and take a Collinsville roll and bounce right up into the hands of the punt returner, and that punt returner didn't get very far at all after that was over, and that was Tolley once again, and Highland will have the ball back with 2:37 left to play here in the second half. And I think that each team has 1 timeout left, correct?
That's what the scoreboard indicates.
Yeah.
So hopefully you just stop Highland from getting the big chunks here. If not a turnover, time could run out.
So
get the right ball in and out. It's taken care of, and here comes Highland's offense.
31-yard line is where the ball sits for Highland in their own territory. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And a man in motion, and that man gets the handoff, and that is Blunt. Blunt skips out of 1 tackle, and he's on the run and gets all the way up to midfield before he is finally brought down right at the 50-yard line.
This Blunt going around in motion. A lot of momentum, swings around on the right side, breaks a tackle. 20-yard gain for Bulldogs.
Sure is. 2:25 left here in this first half. Clock continues to run after the chains moved. Highland looking to add on to their 13-7 lead before halftime. Collinsville trying to stop them. In shotgun, Webbles once again has 1 lone setback and a high snap, and the ball is going to be handed off to Chandler, and Chandler across the line of scrimmage into Collinsville territory as he is brought down at the Kahok 45.
Damian Swiger gets the tackle. Damian Swiger stepped up there on the defensive line and was open rush an extra guy in there and try to get Highland in the backfield.
2nd down and about 5 to go here for Highland. Here's the snap and the handoff. Nope, instead the quarterback's going to keep it, throws it down the middle, has a man open, and right in front of Jackson Lee, the man catches that ball, and it's going to be a 1st down for Highland, and a reception hauled down there by Brody Lewis.
Lewis and Jackson Lee collide about the same time. Lewis was able to come out of it and get the reception.
90 seconds left to play here. Here's the snap, and the handoff is going to go to Chandler. Chandler up the middle, has more room, takes bodies with him, and gets it down inside the 10-yard line to about the Kahok 4.
Clock ticking away on this one. Highland still can get another 1st down. They haven't used that timeout yet either.
Now under center is the quarterback Webbles, and he takes the snap and hands the ball off to Chandler, and Chandler runs right up the middle toward the right-hand side, and looks like they got him down a little bit short. They're going to mark him down at the 1.
It's enough for the first down.
It is. So first and goal from the 1 for Highland. Just under a minute to go. Now a triple threat running back in the backfield. One man goes into motion, and the handoff is going to go to the deep man Chandler, and Chandler is in for a touchdown for Highland.
Highland makes quick work there, about a minute 40. Big plays down the field. Quick touchdown by Highland here before the end of the half.
Makes it 19-7. We'll see if Highland wants to go for 2
They are going to go for 2 is what they're indicating.
Make up for the missed extra point.
Got 2 fingers up there on the sideline that they're going to go for 2.
Webbles is back out there looking at the sideline, get his play, and looks like Chandler is going to remain his lone running back. 3 wide receivers kind of stacked up here near the tight end on this left side of the formation. Now the man comes into motion is Tolley, and back to throw is Webbles in the back of the end zone, but that's going to be out of bounds. He was out of bounds, caught the ball as he stepped over the line, and that's how that 2-point conversion goes. So 19-7 in favor of Highland. They do indeed tack on to their lead. We will take a break. Collinsville will get the ball back after this timeout on the Kahok
Looking
Sports
to
Network.
buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Back here at Highland High School, once again, Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you. Trevion Swaggart and Stephen Green back deep for Collinsville as they await the kickoff with 45.9 seconds left to play here in this first half. 19-7 in favor of Highland.
So when you need that one last defensive stop before the half, Chaos couldn't get it. Could have brought some momentum into the half here, but we can get a touchdown here in the final minute ourselves.
Highland has scored on every offensive possession they've had so far except for the one that was intercepted in the end zone by Kershaw. Kickoff stays low, and it bounces to one of the middle linemen and down to the 30-yard line as the big guy didn't want any part of that running, did he?
He caught it cleanly and knew to go down right away. Lathan Tate did a good job. Those guys are back there on the second line. They got to expect they're going to get the ball kicked to them almost more often than not.
Yeah. Like I said, they were practicing that out here earlier right before this game started. They weren't kicking the ball to the players. They were throwing it into the ground and seeing if they could pick up bouncing footballs, which is always tough. Colby Anderson back out. Stephen Green is his lone running back. 2 wide receivers near, 1 on the far. Collinsville trailing 19-7. Here's a sideline throw, and Trevion Swaggart, after a tip, gets it. It gets out of 1 tackle and gets a first down before he is finally brought down at the Kahok 44-yard line.
Ball was almost out of his reach there. I just had to put a hand out just to stop it a bit, and then it fell into his grasp and was able to make the way up the field.
Kind of tipped it back to himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying he had to do.
30 seconds left here, so Collinsville only has 1 timeout left as they approach midfield. Here's the snap, and another sideline throw to Swaggart. This one off the tip of the fingers and onto the ground. That'll stop the clock with 23.7 seconds left.
Anderson trying to lead Swaggart a bit there, but Swaggart took an extra step backwards.
That ball had a little zip on it, too, for as short as a path as it needed to go. So clock stopped, 23.7 seconds left. It is second down and 10 here for Collinsville. They need to get to the Highland 46-yard line for a first down. Trent Mode goes as the wide out all the way at the top of your screen. Here's the snap. Back to passes Anderson. He looks to his right, throws to his right, trying to find Swaggart, but he's double covered, and that ball falls to the ground, incomplete, and that stops the clock with 17.5 seconds to play here in this first half.
Swaggart blocked off there by a couple Bulldogs. Black and Marty down there for Highland. Good coverage.
Highland High School band apparently not going to be in action here tonight, or else they would probably be already on the field getting ready.
Yeah, they probably would have done the anthem and all that too, so no band.
Yeah, I was going to show the Highland High School band at halftime so we could take a little bit of a break, but I guess that's not going to happen. Here's a handoff to Green. Green tries up the middle, and he'll get stuffed after he gained about 3 or 4 yards on the play, but that is probably going to wind the clock down, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So Collinsville turned the ball over once, turned into 7 points, turned the ball over again.
Collinsville does use their final timeout.
They do, huh?
Looks like this might be a shot down the field, maybe.
Yeah. Triad leading Muscuda 6-0 at the end of the first. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
They got a late start or what?
No, it's probably not quite up to date.
Yeah.
That's probably just the last update they got.
So Collinsville uses their final timeout.
Probably looking shot down the field here. Definitely got to take all the time off the clock either way. Don't give Highland any extra plays they don't need to have.
No.
20-7 East Side on Edwardsville. 7-7 Belleville East and Belleville West. Well, no, check that. It's 15-10 West.
Battle of the Bellevelles. Southwestern Conference
East.
going at it.
15-10 East.
Well, Fallon, they're still out of commission right now. They had to lose 2 games. They lost last Friday's game and this game this week due to COVID.
Yeah, and Alton went ahead and played back on Tuesday because they couldn't.
Yeah, they found another team to play and said, let's do it Tuesday.
Played Champaign back on Tuesday.
All right, 5.1 seconds left. Collinsville has the ball, 4th down, right at midfield. Here's a snap. Anderson back to pass. Steps up, and he's going to get, well, he got out of that. Now he's trying to find somewhere to throw it. He can't, and the ball ends up coming out. And it doesn't matter who jumps on it now. The clock has gone down to zeros, and that is the end of one half of play, where Highland leads your Collinsville Kahawks by a score of 19-17. And we'll take a break, and we'll come back here in just a little bit on the Kahawk Sports Network. God, stop it with the freaking cowbells already. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville, owned by former Kahok Jay Merkel. At Extreme Details, they believe in the value of community and in helping the community hold the value of their vehicles. A sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details offers drop-off, pickup, and delivery service, as well as a mobile service, whether that's a simple wash and wax or all the way up to a full detail job. No job is too big or too small for Extreme Details. Plus, Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal and vacuums every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and more. Extreme Details in Collinsville, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Call Jay Merkel for an appointment at 301-6033 or 977-1224.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
We're back here at Highland High School. Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. We do not have anything to bring you. No entertainment here, so we're just going to point the camera at midfield and look at the back of this guy's head. And we're going to go about our merry way because we need to take a break and get a little warm. So we'll be back with you here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
got a couple scores in the Valley tonight. It is CM leading Granite City. That's a 34-0 score at halftime. Jerseyville leads Waterloo. That's 21-14 at the half. And Mosquito versus Triad. That game is at half as well. Triad still leads 6-0.
Welcome back.
Hello.
How you doing?
All right.
All right. We have a couple minutes left before second half action is upon us. Chris Keller working on his phone over there, trying to get us some scores around the area. Just heard that Civic Memorial is
34-0.
34-0 over Granite City right now. So Granite City looks like they're on their way to being 0-3.
That Bevel East-West game was 22-10 East at the half. East side 26, Edwardsville 7 at the half. They announced here that Jerseyville was leading Waterloo 21-14, but I believe that's the other way around. I believe it's Waterloo 21, Jerseyville 14 at the half. We got Breeze Central 37, East Elmwood River nothing. Roxana 7 and Gillespie 0. They just put a score up. There's no time. Dupo 14, Westcliff 0 at halftime.
A lot of shutouts going on around the area, isn't there?
CM, yeah, we said 34-0 CM.
Tell you what, that Triad Mascuda game, man, 6-0 right now. That's a defensive battle going on right there.
Yeah, Highland or Triad putting up another defensive battle there. They got a great defense there. They're looking for that one seed.
That they are. One of those two teams will be 3-0 on the year. One of these two teams here is going to be 0-3, and right now Collinsville on the losing side of things, 19-7. And Chris, it's again Collinsville kind of shooting themselves in the foot, fumble the ball on the third play of the game, and Highland marches right down the field and puts up the first 7 points.
Any good quality possessions here. You can't keep turning the ball over. Collinsville hasn't figured out how to stop Highland yet, so any less time you can have Highland's offense out on the field, you got to take care of your own business and get some scores here, but defense is going to have to get some stops if the Chaos are going to come back into this one here in the second half.
Yeah, they're going to have to make their second half adjustments, and I'm sure that Coach Beavis and his coaching staff has made what they could and has passed that information along to their players. So we'll see here in just a moment as we're just about ready to begin the second half if Collinsville and those adjustments can turn into the first win for the K-Hawks since October of 2018.
Yeah, lots of adjustments going to have to come out here. Getting burned on run plays, pass plays. A lot of adjustments need to be made here for the second half.
Yeah, that's one thing we've noticed here about Highland. They do mix it up very well. They disguise passing plays as running plays. They disguise running plays as passing plays, and I think Collinsville's been fooled on a number of occasions.
They fool you, too. Also, they got some power game to them, just run the ball up the middle at you from time to time. So they do it a lot of different ways here, and Collinsville hasn't figured out the secret to success yet.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job of that. And telling you what, you hand the ball off to Logan Chandler, and the 6-foot, 220-pounder comes running at you. And then the very next play, they're throwing the ball to Reed Tolley, who is 5'9" and 145. So you have the big guys that are rumbling and bumbling and busting through the lines of scrimmage, and then you have the small guys who, when they get that ball in an open field, man, they're gone.
They also got some speed backs they're giving the ball to, trying to work their go in motion, work their way around the corner there and beat the K-Hawks off the snap. So lots of weapons here for Highland. And Collinsville's offense got kicked into gear here. Take care of the ball, stop fumbling it, make our, like I said at the beginning, quality possession, take some time off the clock.
Yeah, they I feel bad for Jaden Neighbors, man. He has had a couple of good runs here tonight, but he's also had 2 fumbles that have cost Collinsville. So after that second fumble, you did not see him back out there on offense. It was Stephen Green after that.
Yeah, and Green hadn't quite got on the same page yet with the running timing on that. Knocked Collinsville back after a little bit of a fumble here, and we'll see if something like Bagwell over there maybe practicing taking some snaps, or maybe that's just for the punting game.
Well, Highland's going to get the ball first to start the second half because Collinsville got the ball first to start the game. And Kahawks were moving the ball. They had a first down after 2 plays. On that third play, that was the first fumble, and Highland took it downfield and put up the first 7 points. Collinsville answered on the very next drive and put together a very good drive, the Kahawks did. Came down the field and tied the game up. But then another Highland drive netted some more points, and really the only drive that Highland did not score on was the one where Kershaw intercepted the ball in the end zone, and then Collinsville unfortunately couldn't do anything with that gift.
Couldn't even take the time off the clock there to stop Highland from getting that last touchdown. Would have been real big here to take this into with it being a 1-score game at the half.
Chris Chai is due to kick things off here to begin second half action. Back deep is Colton Prott. He's on the far side of the field. And I believe that is Altadonna here on the near side. Andrew Chai getting ready to kick it off here for Collinsville, and the second half is underway. Another short kick. That one's going to fall right down at the 35-yard line and the middle up line, if you will, for Highland. Took care of that with a Vance Brindley jumped on the ball and just kind of laid there with it. So Highland will get the ball first on their own 36-yard line, and Collinsville's defense needs to step up to the task and stop this drive, or else the second half is going to be a long second half for Collinsville. So Brent Webbles back in shotgun once again. He has a couple of guys in the backfield, 2 wide receivers over here on the near side. High snap, and the handoff is going to go to the back man, and just like that, a big run by Jeffrey Blunt deep into Collinsville territory on the first play from scrimmage here in the second half, and just like that, the Highland Bulldogs are in Kahok territory.
He's their speed back, and he had a big hole to get through from the offensive line, and then was off to the races. Got forced to the sideline there before Stephen Green pushed him out of bounds there. He would have kept on going.
Blunt being replaced by Logan Chandler, and the snap, and Webbles is going to pass, and that was just right across the line of scrimmage to Tolley. And Tolley picks up positive yardage and gets about 7 or 8 on the play.
Puts it right in the hole of the linebacking crew there. Stewart and Swigert, linebackers there, had to clean that one up.
Found a soft spot in the secondary, and Tolley just ran about 5 yards forward, turned around, and Webbles hit him right in the numbers. And that's going to bring up a second down and about 4 here for Highland. One lone setback once again. That's Chandler. Here's the snap. Handoff is going to go to Chandler, and it's going to be kept by Webbles. He tries the outside, and catching the quarterback by the shoestrings was Austin Stewart, or else that would have turned into a much bigger gain.
Stewart slowed him down enough there, brought him down. Swigert finished it off and prevented Webbles from getting the first down.
So it brings up a third down and about 1 yard to go here. As once again, it's going to be Logan Chandler as a lone setback. I guarantee he's going to get the ball. Watch. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Chandler up the middle, and Chandler will dive forward, and he'll have the first down by about 1 yard.
Setting totally in motion there. Keeping Collins honest. He hasn't carried the ball out of the backfield yet as Tolley. Chandler busts through for the first down.
Yeah, and just when you expect he won't, he will. New set of downs here for Highland. Clock moves, 10:25 left to play here in this third quarter. 19-7 in favor of Highland, and the Bulldogs are on the move once again. 3 wide receivers line up on this near side, 1 on the far side. That's Tolley. 1 lone setback, that's Blunt. Man goes into motion. Here's the snap, and the keeper is going to be by Webbles once again. He gets wrapped up in the backfield, and then a host of Kahawks come in to make sure he gets no farther than that, maybe a yard on the play. Now he's going to maybe lose about a half a yard on the play.
Good job keeping him wrapped up there within arm's length, and then the help came.
Damian Swagger gets credit for the tackle. Brody Lewis lines up as the middle slot wide receiver over there on the far side. 2 wide receivers here on the near side. Tully in the slot, empty backfield. And now a man comes into motion, and Webbles is back to pass. Looks down the middle, throws it down the middle. It's intercepted by Trent Mode. Mode on the run and gets taken down across the 20-yard line. Collinsville gets their second interception of this game, and the Kahawks are on the move.
Not sure who Webbles was looking for there. Just went right to the hands of Trent Mode all alone. That's the spark the Kahawks are going to need. Good defensive stop. Start this second half. Climb back into this one.
9:19 left to play here in the third quarter. Collinsville now will get the ball and see if they can creep back into this one. Trailing 19-7 are the Kahawks. Colby Anderson back out. Stephen Green is his lone running back to his left-hand shoulder. Got some blocking power in there with Chris Garcia-Cloud, and the handoff goes to Green. Green comes around this side and then cuts it and makes it up to about the 30-yard line before he is finally brought down. So a gain of about 7 on the play will bring up a second down and 3.
Garcia-Cloud almost lined up like a fullback, but going to block off to his right and try to find some space for Green.
Yeah, I think Cloud made his block, and he and his blocker cut off the lane that Green was going to use, so Green had to bounce it out farther to the outside.
Would have liked to have cut it inside there and found that hole.
There's a snap, and it's a keeper by Anderson, and Anderson lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage if he did. That looked like a designed play to me. Anderson kept that ball right off the get-go. So, third down and 3 after no gain. Collinsville, big third down here for them. Anderson went and got the play himself from the sideline, brings it into the huddle. And here we go. 2 wide receivers on the near, 1 on the far. Green over Anderson's left shoulder. Here's a snap. Handoff goes to Green. He cuts it up the middle. Has a little bit of room. Has the first down, and he's off to the races. On the 30, down the 20, and the 10. Touchdown, Collinsville. Stevie Green with a big, big touchdown for the Kahawks.
Reminiscent of the last carry there by Green. That time Garcia-Cloud was able to keep the block. Green was able to cut inside, get through the hole, and then use the speed the rest of the way to beat the rest of the secondary of Highland all the way to the end zone. The Kahawks get the turnover and the touchdown and climb back to this one here in the second half.
About a 65-yard touchdown there by Mr. Green. And on to try the extra point is Andrew Chai.
Chai out of the hold of Anderson.
Anderson, he's ready. Chai is ready. And the kick on the way, and the kick is good. So Collinsville right back into this, 19-14 after a big 65-yard touchdown run by Stephen Green. We'll take a break, come back. Highland will get the ball next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Back here at Highland, Collinsville. 65-yard run from Stephen Green has gotten the Kahawks back into this game. It is 19-14, and we still have a long way to go there, Mr. Kettler.
Yeah, we're just getting going here in this third quarter. Chaos got second turnover of the game. Now we're even on turnovers and look to get another stop here and try to take this lead back after we get the ball back.
Ball picked up inside the 20 and brought forward by the return man, and then he runs into a crowd in the middle of the field just across the 25-yard line. So Highland will start 1st and 10 from their own 28. So Highland has fumbled, we'll start over with that. Collinsville has fumbled the ball twice. Highland has recovered both of those. And Collinsville has intercepted Highland twice. So as Chris mentioned, each team with 2 turnovers here in this game.
Back to square one with the turnovers here, so you made it so it hasn't hurt you just yet.
Lots of time left, 7:41 to play here in this third quarter. 19-14. 5-point lead belongs to Highland. They have the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Webbles in shotgun once again. Man goes into motion. Here's a snap, and Webbles is going to keep it and try up the middle. He has some room. Bounces off of one tackle, and then somebody was holding on to the shoes. That's Stephen Green. Just scored the touchdown. Comes in and makes the tackle as Webbles was running up the middle, almost untouched until then.
Lots of blocks there by Highland. Gave Webbles the room to get through. Finally, the secondary came crashing down before he got the first down.
Jeffrey Blunt will be the running back on this play as he stands right behind Webbles, and Tolley, the wide receiver, over on the far side. Here's the snap. It's high, and the handoff goes to Blunt, and Blunt right across the middle for a Highland first down.
Yeah, sold out on the right side there with the fullback looking like he was going to block there. Left the middle of the field there open for the first down.
Yeah, Adam Corte lining up over there as that fullback. But he has yet to run the ball, so just a decoy.
Sometimes they followed him through. Other times they switched to the other side. Yuck sold out on the side there with Cordy.
3 wide receivers all bunched over here on the near side. One lone running back, and the snap will go and into the backfield. That running back, if he would have got that ball, would have been hammered. Webbles kept it and gets about 5 yards on the play. Tell you what, it's a good thing Highland didn't hand that ball off.
Good heads-up job by Webbles there to know to pull that ball back at the last second. Just try to save the play, and it even ends up with a 5-yard gain for Highland.
So 2nd down and 5 here for Highland as they approach midfield. Ball sits on their own 46-yard line. Just under 6 minutes to go here in this third quarter. 19-14 in favor of Highland. Webbles in shotgun once again. Takes the snap. Back to pass. He looks. Now he steps up, and he's got some room. And he's going to go out of bounds at the Kahok sideline over there, and he'll have enough for the first down and into Kahok territory.
Good coverage downfield by the Kahawks, but Wibbles makes the best of it for the Bulldogs, gaining the first down.
Chase Counting in on the tackle there for Collinsville as the chains have moved and the Bulldogs are in Collinsville territory. Ball sits on the Kahok 48-yard line. Last-minute substitutions here for Highland as Tolley comes off. Logan Chandler comes back in. And an empty backfield once again. There's a snap, and the handoff is going to go to Blunt as he's coming around the left-hand side, and that play didn't get really anywhere. A loss on the play, back to the 49-yard line, so a loss of a yard.
Yeah, sniff that one out. Austin Stewart and Damian Swigert closing in, stopping Blunt, short loss. .5:10 left to play here in this third quarter. 3 wide receivers on the far, 1 on the near.
Chandler, the lone running back, but Webbles is going to go back to pass, and he throws it into the ground, but it's caught there by Altadonna.
Some quick outs that Highland was doing early at the beginning of the game. Quick one over to Altadonna, who just has to go low for it and fall down to the ground.
Clock continues to run, and it's a 3rd down and 5 here for Highland. Another last-minute substitutions here for the Bulldogs. And 2 players coming all the way from the far side of the field. Still 20 seconds left on the play clock, so plenty of time. Double wideouts on the right side. Blocking fullback in the backfield. Chandler deep, and the handoff is going to go to Blunt, and Blunt spins, and Damian Swaggart comes in there after about 4 or 5 of them jumped on it, but they're going to whistle that play dead as Chris Garcia Cloud ends up coming away with a loose football, but they already called the play down.
Highland really mixing it up there with a lot of stuff going on. Tried Gregory up the middle, Blunt up the middle there, and man in motion. It's going to be a 4th down.
Yeah, Highland looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down and about 3 to go for a first. And backfield empty once again. Look for a man in motion, though, but don't be surprised if they pass it here. There's a snap. Webbles back to pass. Throws on the sideline and out of the reach of his intended receiver, Altadonna, and that's going to give the ball back to Collinsville with a chance to take the lead.
There you go. Defensive stop. First one of the game without being in a first turnover on downs. First one without being an interception, and now Chaos can come down here and take the lead.
.342 left to play here in this 3rd quarter. 19-14. Highland with the lead. Collinsville with the ball. At their own 41-yard line.
Let's go, defense!
Anderson in shotgun again. Stephen Green is lone setback. There's the snap. Green gets the handoff. Goes up the middle. Bumps into one tackler and holds on to that ball and gets up to the 45-yard line. A pickup of about 4 on the play.
A little running room. Busted through. Ping-ponged off one guy. Kept going. Then was finally tripped up.
Big 65-yard touchdown run by Stephen Green has gotten Collinsville to within 5. Kahawks looking for their first lead in a long while. 2 wide receivers on the near side. Closest to us is Trey Swaggart. Mode up at the top of the screen. It's a keeper by Anderson. He's going to try that left-hand side. Runs into his own player and then goes down. Man, oh, man. I tell you what, if it wasn't for Austin Stewart being in the way, Anderson might have gotten a few more yards out of that. Ran right into the back of Stewart.
Just taking it to that long side over there. Highland just slow to respond there, and he almost got to the first down before being tripped up by his own man.
Ends up being just a yard of gain on the play, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 4 to go here for Collinsville. Stephen Green, the lone running back in the backfield. 2 wide receivers near, 1 on the far. Anderson in shotgun, takes a snap, throws over here to Swaggart. Swaggart looking for a block and has a little bit of room, and he finally gets taken out of bounds, and that is going to be close enough for a first down.
Swaggart just takes 1 step forward and then looks back, receive the pass, tries to get ahead of the block of follow the blocks to Kershaw, and they'll get the first down.
I thought for a moment there that Swaggart was going to cut it too much and not have enough room to turn it back upfield and get that first down, but he got it by about a yard. Ball into enemy territory, sitting on the Highland 47-yard line. Anderson in shotgun once again. This time 2 wide receivers on the far side, and Anderson's going to keep it as he follows Stephen Green up the interior of the line of scrimmage, and he'll pick up about 2 yards before he's finally brought down at the 45-yard line.
It's like design carry there, and Anderson gets about 2. The last one to get up off the ground. Took a hit.
Under 2 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. We're down to 1:45. Collinsville moving the ball into Highland territory.
Bring Garcia Cloud back out there. Saw this extra blocker. Stewart goes to the sideline.
Second down and about 8 to go for Collinsville from the Highland 45. Jackson Lee lines up as a wide receiver on the far side. Stewart and Swaggart over here on the near side. Here's the snap. Anderson's going to throw it in the backfield. He does so to Green. Green, a helmet-to-helmet hit. Bounces off another tackler and finally falls out of bounds. Nope. They're going to say he was inbounds at about the 41-yard line of Highland, so it's going to bring up a third and about 3.5 to go.
Third down and about 4. Final minute here of this third quarter.
Collinsville needs to get the ball to the Highland 38-yard line. Right now it sits on the 42. 40 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Green, the running back, once again stands over the left-hand shoulder of Anderson. Here's the snap. Anderson back to pass, and that play is blown dead. I don't see flags.
Highland.
Timeout. Timeout was called by Collinsville there right before that play started, so we will step aside with them as well, and we're going to be back here in just a moment on the Kahok
Tribune,
Sports Network.
Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times Tribune covers that and more. The Times Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times Tribune.
Back here at Highland High School, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler along with you. We have 33.2 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Collinsville on the move, trying to take their first lead this year. In shotgun, Anderson once again. He's going to go back to throw. He throws, and over the head of his intended target, Kyle Kershaw. He zipped that one a little bit too far, probably.
Yeah, a lot of zip on it. Kershaw was still just turning around as it was coming in front of him, and maybe a little high.
So, onto the field steps Ethan Bagwell. Bagwell is the quarterback for the JV team, so wouldn't be surprised every once in a while to see him fake it, but I don't think they're going to here. I think they're going to try to pin Highland deep. Here's the snap, and Bagwell's punt, end over end. And it is going to take a roll into the end zone, and Highland will get the ball 1st and 10 from their own 20. So real bad Collinsville couldn't capitalize on that drive there and give themselves a lead, but they trail by 5 with 24.6 seconds to play here in this third quarter.
That wasn't a scoring drive, but it wasn't all bad. Kept moved the ball a bit. Didn't stall out there, and pin Highland back here on their own 20 and look for another defensive stop here for the Kahawks.
Time enough for at least one more play here before the third quarter comes to an end. Webbles back at quarterback. Has one lone running back. Man comes into motion. That's Tolley. And it's a fake and a throw, and there you go. The fullback we were talking about just a little while ago that hasn't really figured into the play much is Adam Corte, and this time Corte takes the pass and picks up the first down.
Highland digging farther into the playbook, getting Corte the reception out of the backfield. Bulldogs get the first down.
Clock stops when they move the chain. 17.1 seconds left. Did he go out of bounds?
Must have went out of bounds. They haven't run the clock.
Yep. So at least one more play. Webbles in shotgun once again. Has Blunt as his lone setback. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Blunt, and Blunt tries the left side, and he has a little bit of room, and finally Damian Swaggart comes in there at the last minute and jumps on top of the pile, and the Highland fans wanted a call.
Flying in there, jumping on top of it. Latham Tate had the running back, wasn't going to let him out of his grasp.
That's the end of 3. Fourth quarter will come your way next on
Looking
the
for a
Kahok
little
Sports
bite
Network.
to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus, they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
Back here at Highland High School, Todd Duke and Chris Kettler along with you as we begin the fourth quarter of action here from Highland High School. 19-14 in favor of Highland. Here's the snap. And up the middle, it is Blunt, and Blunt brought down at the last second by Chris Garcia Cloud just at midfielder. That could have been a lot worse.
Looked like it was going to be there. Looked like Blunt was going to get wide into the wide open spaces, but he gets tripped up at the last second. Cats need to settle down here, look to get this stop as Highland moves more towards midfield now.
Ball on the Highland 48-yard line. Webbles in shotgun once again, has a man in motion. Webbles back to pass. He is looking, has all kinds of time, and that ball is thrown into the ground and almost bounced up off of the player's hands and almost ended up into the hands of Austin Stewart.
Ball went off of a whole bunch of hands there, and now Stewart almost got the lucky interception. It falls to the ground.
That stops the clock with 11:37 left to play. We're just underway here in the fourth quarter, 19-14 in favor of Highland. Bulldogs have the play from the sideline. They're ready to go. They don't huddle up at all. Tully in motion. Handoff is going to be a keeper by Webbles. He spins off a one, and then Stephen Green along with Stewart there with the tackle.
Was going to hand it off. I think he saw more space over to his left and pulled it back at the last second.
Ball in Collinsville territory, resting now on the Kahok 48-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down and about 6 to go here for Highland to try to pick up that first down.
Bringing in some blockers now.
Blunt.
Tight end set here for Highland, and he goes
I
under
formation, yeah.
Under center.
Under center, I formation. Handoff goes to the deep man. Blunt's wrapped up in the backfield, and a fumble. Collinsville says they have it, and we're waiting, and they do. The Kahawks recover the ball at midfield. Standing there without a helmet on is Tate Latham. Latham Tate, excuse me.
I'm waiting for Highland to go and set like that all day. That's the one they can win. Try to bruise through, and they just end up knocking the ball away. And now, big turnover there, a third of the game for Highland. Now Kahawks are winning the turnover battle. Got to make them pay. Let's get a score.
2 interceptions and 1 fumble recovery now by Collinsville, but the Kahawks still trail by 5. 10:51 left to play here in this fourth quarter. In shotgun once again is Anderson. And looks like we have Jaden Neighbors back in there at running back over the left-hand shoulder of Anderson. 2 wide receivers on the near side. Handoff goes to Neighbors. He holds onto the ball with dear life, and he bumbles across into Highland territory at the Bulldog 45-yard line. A pickup of about 7 on the play.
Broke the first 2 tackles in. Carried the third tackler to about an extra yard or 2. Picks up 7. Kahawks in Highland territory now, looking for that go-ahead score.
Second down and about 4 to go for a first down here for Collinsville. Jaden Neighbors, the running back once again. Jackson Lee lines up as a wide receiver over here on this near side. The handoff goes to Neighbors, and Neighbors barrels forward. He'll be about a yard short of the first down, it looks like. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. Need this first down.
We'll be looking at 4 down. I don't think the Cowboys will look to punt.
Not now. This time Neighbors stands over the right-hand shoulder of Anderson. 2 wide receivers here. The handoff goes to Neighbors. He has the first down as he's across the 40-yard line. And another fumble by Neighbors. And Triad comes up with the 3rd Jaden Neighbors fumbles if it stands. Referees are talking about it. No indication yet.
No, it's not a turnover for Highland.
It's not.
Kahok's
well, the
maintained
players said that it was, but the referees are the ones who makes the final decision. They said it was not a fumble. What it did is turned into a first down for Collinsville. So the Cahoks breathe a sigh of relief there, and will have the ball 1st and 10 from the Highland 39-yard line.
Must have called him down before the ball popped out.
Neighbors replaced by Stephen Green now. Here is the handoff to Green. Green cuts it up, the right tackle spot, and barrels ahead for about a gain of 5 on the play, maybe 4. That'll bring up a 2nd down and about 6.
It's been a successful play for the Cahoks to work to the scoring foul. Get that extra block on the right side, then cut it back in.
So 2nd down and 6 here for Collinsville. In Highland territory, ball almost at the Bulldog 35. Chris Garcia cloud in as a blocker right in front of Anderson. One lone setback, and that's Green, and they're going to throw the ball over to Swaggart. Gets away from one tackler, has some room on the sideline, and they bring him down inside the 20-yard line. Great move by Travion Swaggart.
Broke the initial tackle, swung him back in, got some extra yards. Bring this one down near the 20.
8:36 left to play as the clock winds. Once they get the chains set back down after the first down pickup by Swaggart. Now 2 wide receivers out here on the near side. Anderson in shotgun, hands the ball off to Stephen Green. Green gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Yeah, I know we got the one guy who wants to stand up in front of us.
Yeah, well, he's off to the left and the play's off to the right, so we're good for now. But, yeah, only gain of about 1.
2nd down and 9 for Collinsville. 8 minutes left to play here in this 4th quarter. Cahoks trail by 5, looking to take their first lead of the year. They break the huddle. Swaggart and Kershaw line up over on the far side. Jackson Lee over here, and it's going to be a keeper by Anderson. He busted up the middle, then off the left side tackle, and gets some positive yardage out of it before he is finally brought down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 5 to go, 6 to go.
Yeah, it's just trying to get positive yardage there, 4 down territory. Like I said, Neighbors step up there and give an extra block out, but Anderson only gets a couple yards.
Swaggart lines up on the far side, and now 2 over here on the near side. Kershaw and Lee. Jaden Neighbors alone setback. A throw into the corner for Travion Swaggart. He has it. Touchdown, but there's a flag on, and now they say it's incomplete.
Swaggart did a good job again on the ball here. Wanted to sort this flag out.
Well, it's going to be pass interference either against Swaggart or against the defender, one of the two. Pass interference against Travion.
Yeah, you had to create space fighting down there for it. So Highland will take this penalty, I imagine. Push Collinsville back. We'll replay 3rd down.
That they will. After they mark off some yardage. And now we're going to have a whistle on the play, and it's like Warnicki wants to talk things over with the head referee.
Maybe they'll decline it and bring this to 4th down when some Coach wants some clarification on what the options are.
Before they started marching off the yardage. So they will take the penalty. And instead of being 3rd and 7, it's going to be 3rd and about 14. Even longer.
3rd and about 22. 22.
Collinsville needs to get down to the 11-yard line for a first down. And we'll see how they want to run this one. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Jackson Lee, the lone wide receiver here on the near side. Back to pass is Anderson. He's going to try Swaggart once again, and
lost the ball.
He lost the ball. Everybody did. I think both the defender, Tolley, and Swaggart both lost the ball. They were just kind of standing there, and the ball fell right at Swaggart's feet. He didn't see it at all.
I don't know if it had something to do with Kershaw falling down, if they all thought he had it. Because after Kershaw fell down, everybody quit playing.
So, 4th down and 22 to go here for Collinsville. And they're going to have to go for it. 6:52 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Collinsville trails by 5. Swaggart and Kershaw line up on the far side. Lee over here on the near side. One lone running back is Neighbors. Here's the snap. Anderson back to pass. Looking for Swaggart. Throwing down the sideline. Swaggart, he has the ball at the 2-yard line. And Collinsville is going to have the ball 1st and goal at the 1.
Kept that one clean. Just stepped up in front of the defender. That time did Swaggart, and a big reception for the Collinsville Kahawks.
You're kidding there, man. They needed that's a 22 yards they needed for first down. They ended up getting 32.
First and goal
big
at the
play.
2.
Neighbors is the lone setback. Stands over to the left-hand shoulder. Anderson takes the snap into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaden Neighbors, and Collinsville has the lead at 20-19.
So you're going to need to go for 2 here. Bring this up to 3. But big 4th down play, and then Jaden Neighbors just brings it in for the score. Collinsville with the lead with 6:32 to go in this game.
Kahawks look like they are going to go for 2 to try to make it a field goal advantage here over Highland. Swaggart comes out of the set over on the far side as a wide receiver. Kershaw and Lee over here on the near side. Neighbors, the lone running back. The handoff is to Neighbors. He zigs, he zags. He gets dropped down at about the 1. So almost, but not close enough. And the score will remain 20-19. But the Kahawks have their first lead in who knows how long with 6:32 left to play here in this 4th quarter. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the ensuing kickoff in just a moment here on the Kahawk
Ogle
Sports
Auctions
Network.
in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves, like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117.
Back here at Highland High School, Todd Duke, Chris Kettler back with you. Collinsville has the lead, 20-19, 6:32 left to play. Here in this 4th quarter, a 2-yard touchdown run by Jaden Neighbors has given Collinsville the lead, but that was really set up by a 32-yard pass reception by Travion Swaggart. And Collinsville has their first lead of the year.
And on 4th down.
Yes.
It was a huge play by Swaggart. He didn't get the touchdown and was called for mass interference that pushed the Kahawks way back. Looks like a week 8 of 19 we initially led against Peoria Notre Dame to start the game. That would be our last lead.
So that was that second of the last game of 2019, right?
Yeah.
There's the ensuing kickoff, and it comes all the way across the 30-yard line. So Highland will start 1st and 10 from there. And now it's up to the defense.
Defense has been up to the task so far in this second half. And Gotta bring it home here and finish off this Friday night contest.
So Neighbors gives Collinsville the lead.
All that was set up last after Highland turned it over.
So the Bulldogs back to work on offense. 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Webbles in shotgun. Corday doing his little dance, and the handoff goes to Chandler, and Chandler with that big bruising body comes up front and brought down by Jacob Gregory.
Gregory got carried on Chandler's back there for a few yards, but finally brought him down.
He's a big kid.
He's a bruising back and still gained 4 yards. Still 6-0.
2nd down and 7. Throw to the sideline, and it's picked up there by Cade Altadonna. And Altadonna runs out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7. And they move the chains now and a little bit more. Holy. The chain gang guy moved that down marker a little late there. So it's going to be a 3rd and 4 situation here for Highland. Webbles looks to throw. Throws it down this near side and off of the fingertips of Tolley with, once again, Jacob Gregory providing the coverage.
First looked like he was going to throw it to Clucker, who was cutting back up back down the field, try to see if the defenders would bite on that, but they stayed with Tolley and knocked it away from him. This is a 3rd down.
Big 4th down. 4th down and 4 to go.
4th down. Whoa.
4th down here for Highland. Big one it is. Empty backfield once again. Here's a snap. Webbles back to pass. He looks. Now he steps up. And he's going to have a 1st down and a little bit more into Collinsville territory as he got past a couple of would-be tacklers. Finally brought down over there by the tag team of Swaggart and Kershaw.
But not before Webbles gets to 20 yards.
Yeah.
Highland back in business here. Reset their drive up. They get a 4th down conversion. Collinsville has had a couple of big 4th down conversions themselves in this game.
All the way down to the Collinsville 40-yard line. So Highland back in business with 5:29 left to play here in this 4th quarter. Webbles in shotgun once again. 2 wide receivers on the near, nothing at the top. Here is the snap, and the handoff is going to go to Blunt. Blunt zigzags his way across the line of scrimmage and picked up about 2.
Thing is, remember, Collinsville missed the extra point, the 2-point conversion, so kicker warming up here on the sideline for Highland. I'm not sure what his range would be.
2nd down and about 8 to go here for Highland. Webbles in shotgun once again, and he'll throw the ball. He does it over here in the flat. Does so to Altadonna, and Altadonna finally pushed out of bounds by Travion Swaggart at the Kahok 30-yard line.
Webbles initially looking left. He switched it up to his right, threw the ball against himself, and Highland gets the 1st down to the 30.
4:48, the clock stops after the receiver was pushed out of bounds. Fresh set of downs here for Highland. Webbles in shotgun once again, has Blunt as his lone setback. Tolley comes into motion, and a fake handoff, and now Webbles is going deep, and he's got Altadonna in the end zone, and that's a touchdown. 30-yard touchdown run by Webbles to Altadonna. Jackson Lee was there the whole time and got his hand up, but Altadonna held on to that one this time.
Altadonna was lucky it wasn't overthrown just a little bit. He barely got a hand on it. He tried to lead Jackson Lee, cut back inside, but he made the catch at Altadonna, and Highland answers back.
Highland's going to go for 2 here to try to make it a 1-touchdown lead. Collinsville would be nice if they could stop this and keep it at a 5-point lead. Kahawks can come down and score another touchdown and wouldn't need the extra point to take the lead.
Big stop here if you can get it.
Webbles in shotgun, and timeout called by Highland, so we'll keep it here. Boy, oh boy. Big fourth down play by both teams. Collinsville gained the lead for the first time since the second to the last game of 2019. And then Highland gets a big fourth down play to keep a drive alive. Collinsville, all they needed to do was stop them on 4th and 4 and get the ball back and be in control of this game.
Either team's been able to get that big fourth down stop, leaving the door open for their opponent. Cats will have some time to work with, though, after this conversion. 4:42 left in the game.
Each team has burned one timeout, so each team left with 2. We have 4:42 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 25-20 lead by Highland, and they're looking to tack on the 2-point conversion to go up by a full touchdown. So here we go. 2 wide receivers, both here on this near side. Tolley and Altadonna. Webbles in shotgun. Takes the snap. And he's looking now. He's going to run, and he gets smacked, but somehow or another he stays on his feet, and the last smack came from behind, which actually pushed him into the end zone.
Faked the handoff, then acted like he was going to pitch it. Got Cream coming forward, but somehow kept his momentum towards the end zone. 27-20.
27-20 it is. A full touchdown lead here by Collinsville, and we will go ahead and take a break. Come back with the ensuing kickoff to the Kahawks in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food, all created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
Todd Duke and Chris Kettler back with you from Highland High School. 4:42 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Highland with a 1-touchdown lead, and Collinsville getting the kickoff here. And it goes to Travion Swaggart, who comes across the 30 and finally gets brought down at about the 35-yard line. So that's where Collinsville will start this particular set of downs.
Only took a minute 50 for Highland to get the touchdown and take the lead back. Cats got a 4 minutes and 36 seconds to work with.
Each team with 2 timeouts. Collinsville, what they would like to do is chew up all the time on that clock and then punch one in. But they're going to need the extra point to work as well, just to go for the tie, unless they want to go for the win and go for the 2-point conversion. But first things first, got to drive the ball down the field. Here's the handoff to Jaden Neighbors. Neighbors gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe got a yard.
Slow developing for him. At least got the push forward for a 1 yard. Had a couple of his linemen laid out in front of him.
So 2nd down and 9 here for Collinsville. Ball on their own 36-yard line. Need to get it up close to midfield to about the 46-yard line for a first down. Anderson hands the ball off to Neighbors. Neighbors spins and gets up to about the 40-yard line. So a little bit more on that carry, and it's going to be a 3rd down and about 6.
Positive play nonetheless, but the Cats are going to get some more significant yardage here on this next play.
Clock continues to run. 3:35 and counting. Two wide receivers on the near side. Jackson Lee over here on the far side. And the throw is going to go to Swaggart. He's got a blocker. Oh! Just got tripped up by Tolley right before Swaggart was going to pick up that first down.
Good job on the pass to lead him up the field. If Swaggart could have got past Tolley, he could have got a significant gain. It'll be 4th and 3.
We are in cowbell hell here.
Oh, this guy got this bell all of a sudden.
Man. 4th down and about 3 to go here for Collinsville, so this may be the game if Collinsville can't make it. Anderson in shotgun. Here's a snap. Handoff goes to Neighbors, and Neighbors does not get there. Didn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, Highland's offensive line won that. Highland's defensive line won that battle, pushing him back. Kahok's offensive line back. Even a loss on the play.
So a turnover on downs. Highland will get the ball back with 2:46 left to play here in this 4th quarter.
Well, phew. 2 timeouts.
Took about 5 extra seconds for all that banging in my head to stop.
Yeah, gotta get the ball back.
Yep, got to have a turnover here. You know that Highland's going to be content on just running the clock down right now, and they have Blunt in the backfield. They have 3 wide receivers on the near and 1 on the far. And now Tolley goes into motion. Fake handoff to him, and fake handoff to the other man too, and wide open, but he dropped the ball at the last second. Was Brody Lewis.
Scouts jumping on the ball, hoping they were going to call it a catch and a fumble, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, Green was trying to lobby that as a catch and a fumble, but that was all in one motion. That ball was caught and then came out all in about 1 second.
Take it though with breaking up the play there.
Really shocked that they threw that ball. I thought for sure they were just going to run it. Collinsville can stop the clock twice.
Highland looking for the knockout punch as opposed to just running the clock down.
So 2nd down and 10. Ball in Collinsville territory at the Kahok 42-yard line. Webbles in motion is Tolley, and Webbles is going to keep the ball. He's going to go up the middle, and he is going to be wrapped up right after he crossed the line of scrimmage on a nice play by Austin Stewart.
Kahok will stop the clock there, calling timeout, 2:28.
Got about 2 yards on the play, so the ball will be set on the Kahok 40-yard line. And Collinsville has 1 timeout left. Clock stopped with 2:28 left to play. Kahawks trailed by a touchdown, 27-20. I'll make my apologies now to Dr. Chris McCluskey. We're going to have a very short post-game program.
Too cold.
It is cold, man. My feet are freezing. I was very happy that I'm standing on concrete instead of aluminum this time, but after standing out here for about 2.5 hours, my feet are frozen. The wind died down a little bit. Coming from the south, it's probably around 8 miles an hour. That doesn't help. Things are going to start warming up here, though. We're supposed to be in the upper 70s by Easter Sunday and 80 degrees by Monday. And already looking so far ahead. Probably have a home game next Friday at Kahok Stadium. Looking like maybe around the 72-degree mark. So feeling better real soon. All right, here's a snap, and back to passes Webbles. He throws, and Altadonna takes it. What a hit by Damian Swaggart right before the first down marker, and they're going to be a little bit short. It's going to bring up 4th and inches.
Way to lay him out there. It's going to be 4th and very short for Highland.
Now we are going to have a timeout called by this near side line judge.
Highland calls timeout.
Highland is going to call a timeout. I think they, I know they're not going to measure. It's a little bit too short for that, but they might talk about it.
Maybe Highland asked for a measurement.
Could be.
Because that referee came in from the sideline. He said, measure that so we know we got what we got to deal with.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do because they know they didn't take the timeout off of the scoreboard here for Highland, so They still have 2. Collinsville still has 1. Chain gang makes their way out.
The first down, it probably would just about end the game, bring it real close to it.
Looks like they're going to be about an inch short. An inch short. 1 inch short. Really? Dude, if you can't pick up an inch, then get your cowbell back out and see if that'll help. All right, 4th down and about an inch to go here for Highland. 2:08 left to play.
I think Collinsville needs to use their timeout so they don't wind the clock here, and that's what they'll do.
Yep. Collinsville will use their final timeout, and that'll keep the clock from winding. And at 2:08, so Collinsville has used their last timeout.
That's what you had to do here, otherwise they would wind the clock here, and you'd cost yourself some time, even if you get the stop. So it's all going to come down to this 4th and 1 inch to go.
Well, first thing Collinsville has to do is stop them, and then if they do, they have about a 70-yard march down the field to try to tie this thing up with 2:08 left and no timeouts in which to work with. First things first, though, need a stop.
Looks like the winner is going to get City Memorial next week, and the loser are going to get Waterloo. Both those teams won tonight over in the other pool.
So that means Granite City went 0-3.
City went 0-3. Jersey went 1-2.
All right, here we go.
Come down to this.
4th and an inch. I would expect to see the quarterback Webbles under center, and he is. And I would expect him to keep the ball.
Keep it, or he's going to hand it off to Gregory, their big bruising back.
Snap, and it is a keeper by Webbles, and is he going to get there? Looks like he does get there, and it'll be a first down by Highland, and that'll be, it's all over but the shouting.
Yeah, that's going to do it. Highland can just take a knee out. Webbles didn't seem to get any far on his first push, but did fall forward, and I'll put the icing on this one. Highland going to win here tonight.
2 minutes to go. Yep. Clock continues to run, and Highland just needs to kneel on the ball, but they don't even have to do that for another 30 seconds. That'll put us under 90 seconds left in the game. So Collinsville, despite an excellent effort here tonight, are going to fall short, and they're going to end up 0-3 on this very shortened COVID schedule of only 6 games. And they'll have 3 more games to play and try to pick up a victory and think about things come August. At least they're getting to play. That's what they were worried about. Here's the handoff, and it's going to go right up the middle, and Swaggart brings the runner down at about the 25-yard line. Blunt with another carry.
Highland carries it and is able to take care of the ball, but well, that's a bit unnecessary. You just take a knee. Hopefully they know that here on the next one.
Boy, got to go back again to the beginning of the game, man. 3rd play of the game, Collinsville fumbles the ball, and Highland marches down and picks up the touchdown, and they're going to end up winning by that touchdown.
Can get out of their own way early in the game, but some good defensive effort, except for when you need that one last stop towards the end of the game, and the Kahok's going to come up just a bit short here tonight.
Victory formation here for Highland.
Just need to take this one knee, and that's it.
There's a snap, and the knee on the ground, and they don't have enough time left to even reset the clock. And the Highland Bulldogs will pick up their first win of the season. 27-20 will be the final score as we transition ourselves into the Chiropractic Works post-game show, brought to you by Dr. Chris McCluskey and his crew. They're focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road. Give them a call at 343-3602 or online, chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Very brief post-game show comes your way
As
next
the Director
on
of
the
Sports
Kahok Sports
Medicine at
Network.
Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network as Collinsville drops this one tonight 27-20. And the Kahawks now 0-3 on the year, and Highland picks up their first win on the season. And Chris Kettler, again, I mentioned it before we went into the post-game show. If it wasn't for that initial turnover on the third play of the game that Highland turned into 7 points, we would probably be going to overtime right now.
Cahock's won the battle of the turnovers at the end of the day, but just fell behind too much early in this one and couldn't get the stops early when we needed him to. Highland was scoring at will here, but Cahock's had that lead late and then just couldn't get the final stoppage here to pull out a victory here today.
The offense is starting to come together a little bit more, though. They've put some good drives together. They featured a couple of runs, a couple of passes. So, all in all, there's positives to talk about.
They mixed it up there a bit. Brought Stephen Green in there to carry the ball. Neighbors was a little fresher towards the end of the game, so he was able to lead that Kahok last drive, last touchdown drive. So I think the offense, they're coming along here, and we'll see what they got next week. Another week of practice and another chance to perfect it. Is not give up time yet. Just 3 games. We got 3 games left, and it's technically a restart because it all goes down into a bracket. Now you can still win it all.
Yeah, you could. You technically could. So Collins has 3 games left. We think we're playing Civic Memorial next week. We don't know where.
Waterloo. No, it should be
Waterloo. Well, we don't know where, when,
Waterloo.
times, places. We don't know any of that stuff yet. So
not yet.
None of us are going to sit here and try to speculate. We'll wait until we get the official word from Athletic Director Clay Smith, and when we do, of course, we will post that for you and let you know. So that's going to do it for us here tonight. 27-20, Highland Bulldogs victorious. They are 1-2 on the year. Collinsville is now 0-3. We're back at you tomorrow afternoon from Kahok Stadium. A little boys soccer action. Belleville East comes to town for a 3:30 start on the pitch. Big thank you to Zach Roseman doing some homework and providing me with information that I use here during these games. And a big thank you to the other guy on the microphone, Chris Kettler. My name is Todd Duke, and until tomorrow afternoon, everyone have yourselves a fantastic rest of your evening.